listening to Ragebreed Entertainment Hub on Ragebreed Radio.
Ragebreed Entertainment Hub presents Jurassic Park.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Today we're diving into one of the most iconic film franchises ever made. A series that changed visual effects forever, terrified audiences with dinosaurs that felt real, and sparked a cultural obsession that still hasn't gone away. We're talking about the Jurassic Park franchise. From the groundbreaking original film in 1993 to the more recent Jurassic World trilogy, this series has spanned decades, introduced unforgettable characters, and pushed the limits of movie technology. But beyond the dinosaurs and blockbuster spectacle, Jurassic Park has always been about something deeper. It's about humanity's relationship with science. It's about control, arrogance, and the consequences of playing with forces we don't fully understand. And of course, it's about what happens when dinosaurs escape. So today we're going to explore the entire franchise. We'll talk about the original film and why it changed cinema.
But, again, how do you know they're all female? Does somebody go out in the park and pull up the dinosaur skirts?
Jurassic Park Special on Ragebreed Entertainment Hub.
Actually, it put him in a very convenient biting height.
After what you said happened on the other island?
After you were injured in the park, she sought you out.
Before Jurassic Park was a movie, it was a novel. In 1990, author Michael Crichton released Jurassic Park, a science fiction thriller about genetic engineering, corporate ambition, and dinosaurs brought back to life. The concept was simple but brilliant. Scientists discover a way to extract dinosaur DNA from mosquitoes preserved in amber. They fill in missing genetic code using frog DNA. And suddenly, dinosaurs exist again. A billionaire named John Hammond funds a secret project to create a dinosaur-themed park on a remote island. What could possibly go wrong? Well, everything. The book quickly became a bestseller, and Hollywood took notice. Before the novel was even published, Steven Spielberg secured the film rights. And that decision would change movie history.
Clever girl.
When Jurassic Park was released in 1993, audiences had never seen anything like it. The dinosaurs looked real. Not cartoonish. Not fake. Real. Spielberg combined animatronics built by Stan Winston with groundbreaking CGI created by Industrial Light and Magic. At the time, CGI creatures in film were still experimental. But Jurassic Park proved that digital effects could bring extinct animals to life convincingly. The film follows paleontologist Dr. Alan Grant and Dr. Ellie Sattler, mathematician Dr. Ian Malcolm, and Hammond's grandchildren as they visit the park during a test weekend. Everything seems fine. Until a disgruntled employee shuts down the power. Once the fences fail, the dinosaurs are no longer contained. And the park becomes a survival horror story. Some of the most iconic scenes in film history come from this movie. The T-Rex breakout in the rain. The velociraptors hunting in the kitchen. And the moment when the characters first see a living dinosaur.
Actually, it put him in a very convenient biting height.
That scene still works because Spielberg understood something important. He treated dinosaurs like animals, not monsters. They were believable creatures. And that made them terrifying.
The success of Jurassic Park made a sequel inevitable. In 1997, Spielberg returned with The Lost World, Jurassic Park. This time the story expands the world. We learn that there was a second island. a place called Site B, where dinosaurs were originally bred before being transported to the park. The island has been abandoned. Now it's full of dinosaurs living in the wild. Ian Malcolm returns as the main character, played again by Jeff Goldblum. A team travels to the island to document the animals. But another group arrives with a different goal. They want to capture the dinosaurs and bring them to the mainland. The film has several memorable sequences. The trailer hanging off a cliff with T-Rexes attacking. The raptors hunting people through tall grass. And the controversial final act where a T-Rex rampages through San Diego. While it didn't receive the same universal praise as the original, it still delivered spectacle and expanded the franchise.
In 2001, the third film arrived. Jurassic Park 3 brought back Alan Grant. This time he's tricked into returning to the island by a couple who claim they want a guided flight tour. In reality, they're searching for their missing son. The movie shifts toward a faster, more action-driven style. It also introduces a new apex predator, the Spinosaurus. In a shocking moment early in the film, the Spinosaurus actually defeats a T-Rex, something that surprised audiences and sparked debate among dinosaur fans. The film also features the Pteranodon aviary sequence, which many fans consider one of the best scenes in the series. While Jurassic Park 3 received mixed reactions, it kept the franchise alive. But after this film, the series went quiet for over a decade.
But, again, how do you know they're all female? Does somebody go out in the park and pull up the dinosaurs' skirts?
In 2015, the dinosaurs returned. And this time the park was finally open. Jurassic World imagines what would happen if Hammond's dream had actually succeeded. A fully operational dinosaur-themed park. Millions of visitors. Corporate sponsors. And genetically engineered attractions. But there's a problem. People get bored. Regular dinosaurs aren't exciting enough anymore. So scientists create something new. The Indominus Rex. A hybrid dinosaur engineered to be bigger, smarter, and more terrifying. Predictably, it escapes. What follows is a massive disaster across the park. The film became a global phenomenon, earning over $1.6 billion worldwide. It introduced new characters like Owen Grady and Claire Dearing and launched a new trilogy.
The sequel, Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, takes the story in a darker direction. The island's volcano is about to erupt. The dinosaurs face extinction again. A rescue mission is organized. But the dinosaurs are secretly being captured and sold on the black market. The film introduces another hybrid dinosaur, the Indoraptor. Unlike previous dinosaurs, this one is designed specifically as a weapon. The movie shifts into almost a gothic horror tone during the final act, with the Indoraptor stalking characters through a mansion. And by the end of the film, dinosaurs are no longer confined to islands. They've spread across the world.
Jurassic World Dominion brings the story full circle. Dinosaurs now live across the planet. Humans and dinosaurs share ecosystems. For the first time, the original cast returns. Alan Grant, Ellie Sattler, Ian Malcolm. They join the newer characters to confront a biotech corporation experimenting with genetics again. While the film received mixed reviews, it serves as a crossover event for the entire franchise. It also raises a big question. What does the world look like when humans are no longer the only dominant species?
After the events of Jurassic World Dominion, the franchise entered a new phase. Instead of continuing the exact storyline from the previous trilogy, the series took a different direction. The newest installment, Jurassic World Rebirth, acts as a kind of reset for the franchise. It still exists in the same universe, but it focuses on a new group of characters and a new kind of story. The film takes place several years after dinosaurs were released into the wild across the planet. At first, it seemed like dinosaurs and humans would have to learn to coexist. But the reality turned out to be much more complicated. Many species struggle to survive in modern ecosystems. Others thrive in isolated environments where humans rarely go. And in those remote places, dinosaurs have once again become the dominant life forms. The story follows a specialized expedition team sent into one of these dangerous regions. Their mission is simple on paper: collect genetic samples from living dinosaurs. The reason behind the mission is surprisingly human. Scientists believe certain dinosaur DNA could be used to develop revolutionary new medical treatments. But like every expedition in the Jurassic universe, the plan doesn't stay simple for long. The team soon discovers that the region they've entered is home to some of the most dangerous predators still alive. And once they're deep inside dinosaur territory, getting out becomes the real challenge. Unlike some of the larger-scale destruction seen in the Jurassic World trilogy, this film returns to a smaller and more suspenseful style. Instead of crowded theme parks and citywide chaos, the story focuses on survival. A small group of people, a hostile environment, and dinosaurs that behave like real animals hunting in their territory.
The tone feels closer to the original Jurassic Park. More tension, more mystery, and moments where the characters are reminded just how small humans are compared to the creatures they brought back. The film also introduces a new lead character played by Scarlett Johansson, who portrays a covert operations specialist hired to guide the expedition through dinosaur territory. Her role adds a different kind of perspective to the story. Not a scientist, not a businessman, but someone trained to survive in dangerous situations. Behind the camera, the film is directed by Gareth Edwards, known for large-scale creature films like Godzilla and Rogue One, a Star Wars story. And interestingly, the screenplay was written by David Cope, who also wrote the original Jurassic Park back in 1993. That connection brings the franchise full circle. Because even after decades of sequels, new dinosaurs, and bigger spectacle, the heart of Jurassic Park has always remained the same.
Humans created something incredible, something powerful, and something they were never meant to control.
Hi everyone, it's Karina from Ragebreed, and today we are going to talk about the Jurassic Park franchise. Now, I don't know about you, but I remember when this first came out, and I was in my teens, early teens, and I remember watching it in the cinema and being absolutely blown away. I was absolutely in awe of how they have made dinosaurs look so real. And this is something that, has really opened up my eyes about film. Because what it suggests is that anything can be brought to life through CGI, and they managed to do this in such an incredible, creative and realistic way that, there is absolutely no doubt in my mind that, the Jurassic Park franchise will still continue to grow because, it has so many different aspects to it. And it has created an incredible movie timeline also. Now, obviously, what's happened recently also is there has been series made and things like that. So, that is something that you can check out on Prime, on Amazon Prime. I feel as if the movies have given us, this kind of dynamic whereby they've brought in certain characters throughout the years that have really made the films so well. Great acting. Each character played their part extremely well. And I feel because of that is why it was so successful. Because I think if they'd chosen different characters, it wouldn't have had the, I guess the buzz that it did. I mean, obviously, yes, the dinosaurs played a big part, but also the acting was 100% on form.
Clever girl.
Okay, so let's talk about favourite parts in the movie. Let's go back into the first film. So the original Jurassic Park, I think for me was the first time that they saw the dinosaurs, the open mouths, the way that they, I mean, it was one of the most incredible moments of movie television, in my opinion. When she turns Alan's face around to have a look, and the awe, the absolute awe that was conveyed in that scene was absolutely spectacular. It was very, very well played. That was one of my favourite bits. I think also the Tyrannosaurus bit where the goat goes missing, and the leg of the lamb ends up being on top of the on top of the actual taxi, and they realise that the Tyrannosaurus Rex is free. And obviously the most iconic part was where they saw the glass of water shaking, and you can hear the footsteps of the Rex, coming towards them. That was very good. And then also I felt when the children found the part of the island where there was food and they're eating all the jelly and things like that, and then they saw the the reflection of a dinosaur in the back and stuff, where the raptors came in. I thought that was really good too. So I feel like the film captured quite a lot. I mean, there were so many good moments, absolutely fantastic moments, and I felt like the humour involved was great. The scientific side where, they're watching how the whole thing happened was a really interesting part, because it was almost like a ride and they wanted to see a little bit more about it. Now, I mean, for me, what a great storyline, it really was amazing. And when the guy shut Jurassic Park off, and obviously got eaten by that particular dinosaur, I mean, the worry that you would have, being in this, large confined area with lots of dinosaurs without safety, I mean, that was very, very daunting. Also, the moment where there's the electric fence and he pretended to be burned and stuff, and little bits like that. There were soft moments which I liked, where they're in the tree and the herbivore comes up and starts eating, and there was so many great moments in the film. And also the most scariest part with the taxi falling down, and and obviously the way that the film unfolded with the children and Alan, and it was just fantastic. It's such a great film. And let's look at all the later films. There was points whereby they're in the trailer and they fall at the edge of the cliff and they're hanging on through this rope. There's two Rexes because one of them decided to come and treat one of the baby Rexes, and Mum is very mad. So it's very well put together, and I like that they touched on so many different scenarios that could potentially happen when something as powerful like this is born. And it really, I think the great thing about these types of movies is, it's kind of like a what if this actually ever happened. I mean, obviously it wouldn't, but what if it ever happened? And it brings that to light on how humanity, exploit, the power that they potentially have, to bring something so powerful into the world, and whether they should have done it, and how human beings all centralize everything on power, greed, money, even if it's for the wrong reasons, trying to weaponize the dinosaurs, and it's all that kind of stuff. And it just goes to show you, I guess, in a weird way, that it's not really the design. Well, yes, you should be afraid of dinosaurs, but my God, how manipulative human beings are. and what they're like for self-gain, and it touches on those situations. And then you have the people that know how dangerous they are and are trying to stop bad things from happening. And it's that, I guess it's that kind of moral compass, isn't it? And what should people do even if they have the ability to do it? And this touches on so many things, even in the real world, not necessarily dinosaurs, but other situations. This is what makes this film so great, because it makes you think, and it makes you think what side you would be on. Would you be on the side of Hammond, or would you be on the side of the other guy? Like it makes you question things, and it's a great debate topic. And it always ends up with the same scenario, whereby when you bring something powerful into this world, it can't be controlled, and that's the truth of the matter. So the question is, should you have even brought it into the world? And that is a topic which is a fantastic topic to debate about. 100% these films have been very eye-opening to how advanced we've become in film technology, but also on how advanced some of the actors have also become, because we've had some incredible acting in these films, but the direction has obviously been absolutely superb, flawless, I would say. I know some of the other films didn't get as much credibility as some of the earlier ones, but my God, they're still good. They're still good, in my opinion. They all have captured the situation of what they were trying to convey, and just seeing them in different environments and the different types of dinosaurs they created, it's just absolutely breathtaking. And this is something that is part of movie making, that and these will be timeless films, because you just cannot even grasp that people have the ability to do this and do this so well, and provide that level of entertainment to people. It's incredible, and I will always be a Jurassic Park fan, absolutely, 100%. I think it's one of the best franchises there is around. Absolutely brilliant, and very, very blown away, I guess, by each film that came out, and creating a different dynamic or a different situation. Really happy with it, and I think these films will be timeless for a very, very long time, and I look forward to seeing more films in the franchise.
After what you said happened on the other island?
After you were injured in the park, she sought you out.
But again, how do you know they're all female? Has somebody got in the park and pull up the dinosaur skirts?